M0FXB Ham Tech. Welcome to my videos on the BCD260DN today, and we have got the 160 as well in the background. So I just want to say that this is one of the easiest scanners that I have ever used, and I'm actually surprised by that because I've got the BCT15 and that's hard to use because it uses systems, departments and channels, and it's a trunk tracking scanner as well as, you know, Airband, Mariband, all that kind of stuff, ham radio and CB. But this is a lot easier to use in my opinion, and they've given us a really nice bonus that was not even mentioned in any of the manuals or on the box, and that is we get a color screen that changes color. So watch this. So we'll go menu, turn the function knob back one, settings, set backlight. You can dim it, of course, but look, set color, press, and look at that. And there's no way I was expecting that. I know it's just a color screen, but you know, we like things like that, and even a blue LED here and an alert LED. But anyway, the purpose of this video is to show you how simple this scanner is to use. So I'm just going to go through one item at a time. So the first one is when you turn it on, and it may say nothing to scan, so I've added a couple of channels into one of the banks, so at least I can make this video. So the first thing you do is hit scan, okay? And it's going to scan, as you can see now, it's scanning my favorite channel, which is one bank with 100 channels. I've only put 2 channels in it, and it is flicking through those 2 and finding them. And yes, it does include DMR NXDN, and I've tested that and it works. I've also set it up so that it flashes different colors when it finds my favorite channels, but that's more advanced. So you just literally just press scan, and once you've loaded in your favorite channels, it will scan all your banks, and look, all the banks are numbered here. It's scanning 1, and it'll keep going 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through your banks until you tell it not to, okay? But you can disable them just by, say if I press number 1, look, it says nothing to scan because all these banks are empty. But just to show you that you can bring the banks to life just by pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So imagine that all these banks are just empty buckets that need to be filled with channels. So that's just when you press the scan button. The next one is just press the service button, and look, you get select service. And I like ham radio, but it could be, you know, Airband or something. I like ham. Let's do Airband for fun. We'll go Airband, and then we'll press enter. You've got enter here as well. Enter. And it starts to scan the Airband, and yes, you can change the step. It's 8.33 at the moment, but it doesn't have to be. You can turn the squelch up here, volume there. There's no close call on this scanner, but there is a band scope. So it's just what they have decided to do is keep the close call for the other models. Fair enough, they've kept this model as simple as possible, although I think they may as well have included it. But that's just my personal opinion. So that is your service. So if we hit it again, we can choose a different one, railroad. And this is the American model, by the way. Enter, and it's now searching the railroad. And mode-wise, we can, if we just press hold a minute, there's a hold button here. Hold is your friend. If you ever get stuck, just press hold. And we can select the mode, which is channel 9. So you just go F, then 9, and it starts to change the mode. F9. It's not letting me do it now. Let me just go like so. F9. It won't let me do it in that service search. That's fine. So we'll go back to scanning just by pressing the scan button. And now we'll go F9, and it's changing the modulation. Look. Auto's the one that everyone tends to use. It knows the CTCSS because I programmed that in, and look, it's bank 1 is flashing as well to say, look, we've just found this channel. Okay, and it sounds great. It's as good as your antenna, of course. If you're going to use an internal antenna, it's never going to be that great. So just poke it outside your window, and even a small budget antenna is going to do reasonably well, actually, with ham radio, with the Airband, I would say. Other stuff, I don't know. With a CB, really, you need I think you need a long antenna with a CB, and high up as well. So that was basically the service search, which we've done. The next one we're going to look at is the custom search. So there's two ways to get to this. One is to go menu, turn down to search for, press enter, then go down until you see custom search, and it's going to start searching all these preset frequencies. Now if you look, they're numbered 1, 2, 3, all the way to 0 is 10 actually. So if I press what we're on now, 3, if I press 3, it turns 3 off. Press 4, it turns 4 off, and so on and so on. So let's say I just wanted to scan the ham band, which you can rename these custom searches. All I would do is keep 6 on and then turn off 7, 8, 9 and 0, and it's just gonna, I just nudge it forward, it's just gonna search ham bands, and it found that there. It's found, that's GB3 BC Bravo Charlie, and look, it has found the tone. And let's see the way 1 and 2 have come back. Turn them off. Keep going.
Leisure batteries plus
it's found those 2 repeaters. Now if I press, say, put 3 back on, if I try and find the one that's got Airband, pretty sure I did one for Airband, so that's not Airband, of course. 4, 5, and like I said, you can rename them. I'm just turning ones off until I see that that looks more Airbandy. Now I can name that custom by just going, if I hold it, press the hold, go menu, go down to search for, go down to custom edit. Instead of custom search, custom edit. And this is where you can actually name them. Oh, there's one there. So it looks like I did name one for Airband anyway. So let's just do that. Let's just back out. Menu, just the back button is menu, by the way. And if we turn on, I can't remember which one I called Airband. Keep it scanning. There's one air there, look. So if I turn off 6 and 7, turn up the squelch, let it scan, okay? And if you see something you're interested in on any of these bands, yeah, you can press hold, then you can press enter, and you can start to save them, yes, and yes again, and you can edit the name. It brings you automatically to a list, so we go enter. To delete the top thing, just press the dot twice, and then start to type a name. We'll just give it the name A for now. And you can go right and left with the, I'll give it a couple of letters so you can see what I'm doing. So A, then go right with the 6 or left with the 4. We'll go B, to the right, C, and we can go to the left if we want, and then enter, and then we can, it gives us another chance to change that frequency, set the audio type. So look, it's an Airband, so we'll probably just tell it analog, and we've got CT, CSS options, but we're not going to do that now. Go back, we'll go enter, DCS, let's go back again, set the audio, then set modulation, so AM, auto, NFM, back. Delay time, that's how long it stays on there. You can attenuate it, set it as a priority channel, set the alert, so when you go enter, you can set a sound, or you can actually set a light. Fast blink, do that, and then we can choose a color. Let's choose that. Back with the menu. Set to record, so we can tell it to record, like so. And then a volume offset. If it's a bit loud, you can attenuate it, or you can go the other way, you can boost it a bit. And that's it. When you go back, you've saved the channel, okay? And that's going to stay in there. That's how you save channel there. The other thing you can do, which I think is really cool, is when you're scanning, let's go back to scanning. You can just press hold, and then you can just type a frequency. So we go, say 434.550 is my node in this house. And if I go now press, instead of pressing enter where you save the channel, just press hold. And this goes for most Uniden scanners. And most of these functions are the same on the 160. Not exactly the same, but very, very similar. So you type the frequency, remember the dot, and just press hold. And you're there listening to that frequency. Let's see if anyone comes through on that. Nothing at the moment. And then you can just unhold, and it just search up and down from that frequency. And of course, if it finds DMR, it's going to find DMR as long as you're in auto mode. It will find DMR and then press hold again. The programming software is really straightforward. Just plug into here and the firmware. It's literally click, click, and you're using that software. And I'm gonna do separate videos just using the software. And I recommend all of them, to be honest. The one that comes with it for free, it's basic, but it does the job because it's a simple scanner. You've got 100 channels in 10 banks. You've got service search, quick search. You've got your weather search as well here. Let's go weather on, priority. And simple menu structure, if you ask me. Volume, squelch, preset buttons. Let's just show you the scope. So we'll go F, and then we'll do 3. And on the scope using the ARC Bootel software actually looks more like a waterfall, but there's a scope there. You can see, and it does go silent. What you do is, you've got your scope in, you're going back and forth. Move it to, you can see the frequency at the top. And then when you think that's the one you like, press hold. And then you can hear it. And then again, I think that works better actually, because you've got the scope. If we go back to, if you press hold again, and then it keeps, searching. Look, you can see those bands coming up. See the lines. When you see what you like, just press hold. Turn to it, turn to the line. And you can set the steps. There's the line there. And listen to see if you can see anything. So that's the scope. Go back to scan. It's gone back to searching my favorite channel. So, it's all memory channels. And we know that you're using number 9 to change the mode. You've got a lockout here. Let's just say you don't like listening to this channel. Hit lockout, and it's going to temporarily say, right, I won't listen to that for a while. Yeah. Press hold. Temporary lockout. You get the idea. So I think that's enough for this video. I think it's a simple scanner to use. Scanners do not work the same way as ham radio, CB radio. Uniden scanners work differently to, say, the Whistler scanner. But once you've learned one scanner in the basic way, then you're going to understand this scanner. Now, if you go for a scanner like the Uniden SDS200, 100, the color ones with the trunk tracking, and the BCD260, where you've got departments, systems, and then inside the systems you've got departments, then inside the departments you've got the channels. That's a whole new ball game, and that's because if you want to listen to what they call the trunk sort of system, then everything just becomes more complicated. But this is a nice simple scanner, and I highly recommend it, and I think very well priced. £350 for what this receives and does. It's a pure joy to use. It's a metal chassis. Someone pointed out that the buttons are not backlit as like they are on the BCD260. So I'll just test that a second. So the answer is no. Yes, they are backlit, but they're backlit, in white, not orange. Bye for now. 7-3.